If you're thinking about moving to Charleston, one of the top questions I get is, what about hurricanes? Someone commented recently asking me to speak on this, so today I'm breaking it down. How often they happen, what it's really like living here during hurricane season, and what you should know as a homeowner to prepare. First, let's talk about the reality. Yes, Charleston is on the coast, which means hurricanes are a part of life here. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June through November, with the peak usually in late August through September. Now, that doesn't mean we're hit with a major storm every year in that time. More often than not, what we see are tropical storms, heavy rains, and sometimes flooding, especially in downtown Charleston. Direct hits from major hurricanes are actually pretty rare. For some historical context, the last catastrophic storm in Charleston was Hurricane Hugo in September of 1989. The destruction was enormous, more than $7 billion in damages at the time, and an estimated 35 lives were lost in South Carolina alone. Tens of thousands of homes were destroyed or severely damaged. Power was out for weeks, and if you talk to locals who lived through it, they still remember it vividly. But the good news is that since Hugo, Charleston has rebuilt stronger with stricter building codes, better forecasting, storm walls, and much more robust emergency response systems. Since Hugo, we've had some close calls and weaker hurricanes or tropical storms like Matthew in 2016, Irma in 2017, and Ian in 2022, which caused some flooding and power outages, but weren't catastrophic like Hugo was. So storms are something to take seriously, but they're not a constant every year disaster. In case you're wondering what actually makes a storm a hurricane and what the categories really mean, here's a quick breakdown. These kinds of storms are classified by winds. So a tropical depression is up to 38 miles an hour, tropical storms are 39 to 73 miles an hour, and a hurricane is 74 mile an hour winds and up. And then that's where the categories come in. So there are 5 different hurricane categories. Categories 1 and 2 are 74 to 110 miles an hour and will cause some downed trees, power outages, and some roof or siding damage. Categories 3 and 4 are 111 to 156 miles an hour and are considered major hurricanes. These can rip off roofs, cause widespread damage, and leave areas without power or water for quite a while. Like I mentioned, Hugo was a Category 4. Category 5 is the strongest, with winds over 157 miles an hour, which would make entire areas unlivable for a while. Thankfully, they're extremely rare, and we've never gotten one here directly, so hopefully that stays the case. Also, it's important to note that these categories only cover wind speed. Often in coastal areas like Charleston, it's the storm surge and flooding that can cause the most damage. Another thing to know about hurricanes is you'll hear the National Hurricane Center issue a watch, which means conditions are expected and your prep should already be done. So what does it actually look like when a hurricane is approaching? Most locals treat hurricane prep like a routine. People stock up on food, water, batteries, medications, and gas stations get busy as people fill up their tanks. And some homeowners put up hurricane shutters or board their windows. Many people will also invest in a generator so that just in case the power goes out, they have a way of keeping power to their fridge and other important items. The city will also sometimes provide sandbags and other resources to help keep you prepared. If the governor issues an evacuation order, people in the coastal and flood-prone zones usually head inland, often to Columbia or upstate South Carolina for a few days. Locals often have a lighter attitude towards smaller storms, and some people see it as a break from work and host hurricane parties. And for newcomers, it's totally normal to feel more nervous at first, and over time you'll get used to the rhythm of hurricane season. But if you want to be extra prepared, here are a few practical steps to keep in mind. You can keep a hurricane kit stacked with some non-perishable food, bottled water, flashlights, portable batteries to charge your phone, blankets, and first aid supplies. Branches tend to be the biggest nuisance during hurricane season, so any branches hanging over your roof or any trees that look dangerous already should be addressed before hurricane season. You should also, of course, secure any loose outdoor items like patio furniture, plants so they don't get destroyed, and park in a garage if you can. You can also sign up for Charleston County alerts for real-time updates. Now, beyond what you can do as far as supplies, one of the biggest factors during a storm is how well your home itself is prepared. So when it comes to your home, windows are one of the most vulnerable spots. In newer construction here in the Southeast, building code requires either hurricane-rated windows or that the builder provides protective panels like plywood if the windows aren't rated to withstand strong winds. The standard rating for windows is typically impact resistant up to 140 miles an hour, which covers most storms here. And if you live in an older house and you're ever replacing your windows, it's worth investing in a higher rated window or impact glass, because the stronger the rating, the less chance of failure during a hurricane. You don't want them to shatter or let water in with all the rain. For homes without impact glass, Many are built with small metal brackets or hooks around the windows, which are designed so you can quickly attach plywood or panels when a storm is coming. The next thing is to find out more about the home's history before you buy. Most facts should be in a property disclosure when you buy, but you should find out if the house has ever taken on water, how old the roof is, whether it has updated windows or any other hurricane protection. Knowing these answers before you buy will give you some peace of mind. And the last thing, and maybe the most important, is to understand your insurance options. Most homeowners here carry both hazard and wind and flood insurance. Flood insurance in particular is important because standard homeowners insurance does not cover damage from flooding. If your home is in the moderate or high risk flood zone, your lender will actually require you to get flood insurance for your loan. But even if your home isn't in the highest one, it's still a coastal region, so I highly recommend getting flood insurance just in case. Insurance in general has been a hot topic lately. After Hurricane Helene and multiple major storms hitting Florida, some southeastern states are experiencing big challenges, with providers pulling out completely, skyrocketing rates, or refusing to renew policies. We are seeing some of that pressure here in South Carolina too, with rates being a lot higher and some companies not offering coverage here anymore. That's why it's so important to review your coverage carefully when you buy and well before a storm. Once a hurricane is named and moving towards the southeast, most insurance companies put a moratorium in place. That means you cannot add coverage, increase your limits, or start a new policy until the storm has passed. So that's what I have on hurricanes, and hopefully it answers some questions. So hurricanes can and do happen here, but with the right preparation and knowledge, you'll feel more confident living here with hurricanes. If you're new to Charleston or a longtime local, I'd love to hear how you feel about hurricane season and if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.